Christian Church. Looks like I need to do a little audio adjustment here. Stand by. That should be a little bit better. I should come in a little bit better now. You're watching 7 Minutes with the Savior, coming to you from Studio 2 Bravo here in the sprawling Gower Christian Church Media Complex. And grateful that you are tuning in. A little late today. Had some other ministry things to tend to for a bit. My personal devotional time, frequently you're journeying with me through what I'm learning from the Lord, because I think what I'm learning is often something that other people can benefit from. So there's a sense in which this is a sharing of my, I'm taking you along with me on what I'm learning and discovering. And I'm in the book of Lamentations. I just finished the prophet Jeremiah, and Lamentations is the next book in the English Bible, or the Christian Bible, after Jeremiah. Traditionally believe that Jeremiah is the writer of Lamentations also, and it takes place as Jerusalem is under siege by King Nebuchadnezzar, or Nebuchadrezzar. Jeremiah calls him King Nebuchadrezzar, a little difference there, before he defeats the city and takes people to Babylon in exile. And Lamentations it's a hard book to read for the most part, because it's lamenting what's happening to Jerusalem. Jeremiah knows and declares why it's happening. God's people have been sinful and unfaithful, and there's consequences for that. God told them there would be, and sure enough there are. And their consequence will be taken into exile in Babylon for about 70 years. But this is at the beginning of this process, when there's famine in the city, and slowly Babylon is wearing them down, laying siege to the city. And it won't be long before the walls are breached and they're taken away. But in the midst of this lamenting, Jeremiah also recognizes hope. Here's what he writes in Lamentations 3:22 and 23. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. And then finally, great is your faithfulness, Jeremiah declares. What an important thing to hear, and it was a great thing for me to read and hear this morning, and to be reminded of God's faithfulness to us. We spend a lot of time talking about being challenged about our faithfulness to God, and so we should, because the issue with Lamentations is the lack of faithfulness of God's people. But the great news is, the comforting news is, that God remains faithful to us. God knows who we are. God understands that, sees and grieves over our unfaithfulness. But God, in His great love, His love, a steadfast love that never ceases, still extends His mercy to us. And the start of my day was a great reminder of it's welcome news to know that God's mercies are, extended to me. Jesus assured us of that also on many occasions, talking about the great love God the Father has for us, and how He doesn't withhold things from us, and how God is ever present to us in our time of need. And so, as I said, today, the start of my day, and I wrote this passage down before the start of my day, really. But to hear about His never-ending mercy that are new every morning, we are so often think in terms of scarcity of resources, and we're reminded all the time of the abundant of God's abundance to us in all things, but particularly forgiveness and mercy is new every day. It's incomprehensible. The never-ending supply of mercy that God has for us, and we need it. God knows we need it. That's good news, and I share that with you today. I've had something, speaking of God's mercy, I have something really interesting. A friend of mine, Jason Jones, a pastor in Lockhart, who I knew previously. I still know him, but I got to know him at my previous church. He did something that just blesses my heart, and he prayed for our congregation on Sunday at the end of his church service. As he was praying, he remembered our congregation in the prayers of his own congregation. So today I want to remember Jason Jones and the congregation that gathers as The Well. The name of his fellowship is The Well. And for Pastor Jason Jones and for the people of The Well, please remember them in prayer in Lockhart, Texas. Our schedule is, we've got some, men's breakfast will be Saturday morning. This Saturday at 7, we're going to be meeting at the American Legion Hall. The Legion has their monthly breakfast, and we're going to support the Legion, and I will be hanging out at the Legion Hall from 7 to 8 or a little after. So stop on by, let's visit, let's just visit, but support the Legion. They have a free will offering for breakfast, so bring a little cash to sweeten their pot. So that's Saturday morning at 7. Sunday morning, Sunday school at 9:15. And then worship at 10:30. We have Sunday school classes for all ages. There's learning opportunities for everyone. But before worship, come early for coffee and breakfast pastries and conversation and fellowship. No youth group on Sunday afternoon. It's Memorial Day weekend. It's a holiday weekend, and we are encouraging families to be together Sunday afternoon and into Monday. So no youth meeting this coming Sunday afternoon. Thanks for watching. Until we meet again online or in person, I bid you peace.